Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Allie. If you're new here, we live off-grid in this little cabin in the woods. It's about 400 square feet with a bathroom and a bedroom that is just a loft in the main living area. We just had our first baby in February, and so we are slowly but surely outgrowing this space. Today I'm going to take you through what our options are as our family grows. So the question I get most often since we've had a baby is, what are you gonna do? Like, where's the baby gonna sleep? Right now he sleeps with us, and that'll do fine for like a year or two. I don't mind. We don't mind him sleeping in bed with us, but eventually we're gonna outgrow the space and we either have to add on or build something new. So that's what we're trying to decide, and I wanted to take you guys along for the ride because I know so many of you are curious, as am I. I don't know what to do next. So my original thoughts are, I love this cabin, I love what we've done and what we've built, but we've done most of it as cheap as possible, and it shows in a lot of areas. So there's a lot of things that I would like to fix or change if we were to stay in the cabin. Also, just the original cabin is super old, and so we would have to like take out log walls to add on. We'd have to level around the house. So at first I thought I'd rather just start fresh and start new. So there's an area on our property that was originally like kind of cleared, but that was over 20 years ago, and so now it's all like saplings and smaller trees, and originally I wanted to build something new there. So right over behind these trees here, that land was cleared at one time. So it just looks like a forest over there right now, but one of the reasons I would put a house over there is it's at the start of the driveway, and so it'd be really easy to extend the driveway up to the house and have like an easy driveway. The hardest part about the cabin right now is that the driveway is terrible, and like a normal car can't make it up the driveway. Like, you need four-wheel drive, and so that makes it difficult for when guests come to visit and things like that, and also it's pretty rough on our cars. So the driveway would be easy over there because it's closer to the main driveway. Also, I would love to build an earthship style house, so where the house is like built into the ground so that it has geothermal heating and cooling. It stays like at one temperature all year long. We could still use solar panels and rainwater catchment because of how an earthship style house is built. And so if we were to build something new, that's the type of house that I would want to build. I also don't want a huge house by any means. I love living smaller, but we just need room for a growing family. I want to have a big family, so we need our own bedroom, and we need a kid's room and a living room and a kitchen and just the basics. But so an earthship style house would be like a long skinny house where everything's in the line and everything is backed up against the ground. Also usually have like a greenhouse on the front, which is awesome to grow food and also like reuse water. And so I love that style house, and if I built something new, that's what I would want it to be. But building a whole new house would cost a lot of money. One, we'd have to get all of that land cleared, so we'd have to get like an acre of land cleared. We'd have to build everything brand new. We'd have to either move all of our whole water situation, solar situation, or buy new. So we've also talked with my parents, like when they retire, they could come visit the cabin and stay in the old cabin, and we could have a new house, that sort of thing, but we'd have to have all new solar and all new water. So it'd just be a really big investment to go all in and build a brand new house. Plus, we'd kind of have to upkeep the cabin because we don't want it to like fall apart or animals to get into it. Plus, we just like built the shed up here, and we are adding a deck onto the cabin on 4th of July weekend. So there's some things that also I don't want the huge project of building a new house, because we just went through the huge project of building this house, and although we love projects, they are a lot, and I'm content with where we are. That being said though, we have to make a plan for the future because time doesn't slow down and things take time. So we have to know what our goals are in order to keep progressing towards them. So then there is the cabin, and we could add on to the cabin. So like I said, there's definitely some things I would want to fix long term in the cabin. So one of the biggest ones is our bathtub. So the bathtub we got is actually coated in lead paint. So that makes it very difficult with a baby who needs to take baths. Right now he can't sit up yet, otherwise we would use the sink, but We're not able to like bathe him in the bathtub. He has to have his own little separate bathtub, which is quite annoying. Plus all the paint is chipping off and it's just like not an ideal situation. We would need to update the bathroom, get either a new bathtub, put in a shower, and also the vanity just sucks. We use the old dresser and it just doesn't fit the space. The drawers don't work well, and so I'd want to update the vanity in the bathroom and just kind of update the bathroom already. That didn't work out perfectly. Another thing I would want to update is where like the fridge is, the mud room, closet, laundry room, pantry, all of that is in one right now, and adding on would allow us to, one, we would have to build bedrooms and we would have closet space, which would be amazing. And two, I'll walk you through all the things I would want to add on. So originally I was really leaning towards just building something new, but since we're adding on the deck and everything to this and putting in the investment to make that better, plus I love this little cabin, we've put in our garden and we're slowly making it more into a home. I'll show you what I'm thinking if we were to add on. Also, one thing before I show you around, my dad has a sawmill. Is that what it's called? He really wants to build like a log cabin style house because there's so many straight poplars on this property. We'd have plenty to build a log cabin. So originally when we were thinking about down there, he wanted to like build the front with logs. So he really wants to bring down his sawmill and build a log cabin, which would work with either of these, but I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. Okay, so this is the side of the cabin. So this was the super old original log cabin, and then someone added this onto the front. So this back log part isn't attached to anything, and we plan to take it down because a tree fell on it and it's not sturdy. So now we're out back. So this is the back of the cabin. This part we added on the bathroom and the mudroom, so it wasn't a part of the original cabin. And this wall used to be like a full wall with a back door, and that was the original cabin. It was falling down, so we planned to take out the walls also, but it's really difficult taking them out because they're cemented together and held together with 9-inch nails, like railroad tied nails. They're like this tall. So you can't like just chainsaw through it or anything. You have to like chip away at it. It was a mess. So we never even finished putting siding or anything on the back because we didn't know what our plans for the future were. We kept the ceiling, and as you can see, like there's remnants of the log cabin. But the back part is not attached to the log walls in any way so that we can just take down the log siding. So like I said, we're building on a huge deck on the 4th of July weekend, like 20 by 20-ish square feet. So it'll basically be as large as our house, and it's just gonna go straight out the front towards the solar panels. And so that'll be amazing because there'll be so much more living space for us. And then we've always wanted a place where we can like sit outside if it's raining or like sit in the shade. So I would love to add on a screened-in porch. Now, originally we thought about adding like a roof over the front of the cabin, but I don't really like that idea because it would change the entire look of the cabin. Plus, it would block light from coming in the living room, in the kitchen, and that main room in the cabin if we were to put something overhead. So here's the front of the cabin. So we've thought about putting something like along here to make a front porch so you could sit outside while it's raining, but like I said, I think it would block the light coming in the front windows and just change the entire look of the cabin, which I don't really want to do. So if we were to add on to the cabin, the hardest part would be is that we need to level all this ground because we are basically like surrounded by a hill. So we would need to level out all the ground surrounding the back part of the cabin. So here's the side of the cabin, and we have all this space over here that we could add on. I want to add on 2 bedrooms. So we could add on 2 bedrooms to the back here, and I think they would fit nicely. So we would add on to the back here, take down the original old log cabin. We'd have to take out the bathroom window, take out that door, and make a hallway that comes back here. So right back here, it comes into a little hill, and this is where all the water runs down. So that's why it's going to be really important that we get like someone to come in and excavate all this so that the water runs properly and doesn't run into the house. Within those areas, it would solve so many issues that we have because one, the bedrooms could have closets, so we would no longer need this beautiful closet that we both use, and we could have space for all of our clothes, which is our biggest issue. Plus, we could add in an area for all of the solar stuff to go, so our batteries, the inverter, the electric box, and things like that. Once we grow, we'll also probably buy another battery so that we can go longer without sun. Because right now we can go like a day and a half, but if we added a whole nother battery, it would double that, so that would be awesome. Plus, then we could build this out so that we have a large pantry and food storage, which would be awesome because this is all we have for food storage at the moment. Okay, it's been the weekend, and I've been thinking about this a lot since I recorded, and I like drew it out a little. So I'm thinking maybe we bring the house out this way a little. I'll show you my drawing. Okay, Dylan and I got a little carried away once we started talking about this, but here's the original cabin with 20 by 20 plus the bathroom and the mudroom. We're thinking tear out the wall to the left, add a large kitchen, a mudroom, a pantry, then add 2 bedrooms onto the back. Turn the cabin that we have now into a large den that has a bigger living space, plus the dining room table that could work as like a kids area. We could build on a screened-in porch to the back of the house so that it's facing the woods and include like a dining room table out there and a swinging bed. I was also thinking if we move the bathroom door to the back, it would create more room in a utility laundry room sort of thing, and we would have to reconfigure the bathroom. But this would give us all the space we need for our solar batteries, for our laundry, the hot water heater, and hopefully a deep freezer in the future. We could also expand the deck to come around this new part of the house and have a huge outdoor living space. So anyways, that's where we're at. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, fill you in, get excited with me. If you have any ideas, comment them down below. I'm open to any and all ideas. It'll just be a lot of Pinteresting from here on out, figuring out what we really want to do and making a plan, putting it into action. So we'll see. 4th of July, we're building a deck out front here, so that will be really fun. And then I think the next thing I want to do is work on the bathroom because our tub is filled with lead and I'd like to get a shower in there. Anyways, thanks for being here. Thanks for following along. Subscribe if you have not, and we will see you next week.